Hello and welcome back to the SNHU Esports Arena. My name is Shirley, joined here with Connor. Connor, how we doing tonight? Overwatch 2.
Yeah, we got some Overwatch too, and I'm very excited for it because I think this is one of the first times we're seeing our Pearl squad actually step up here and play. So I'm excited to see them play some Overwatch too, and let's get into the map order here.
Yeah, I mean, so starting off, we're going to have these teams going in on Elio. So, going in with that control is very much standard here. And you'll see from, on this team, there's a lot of familiar faces. If you've been watching SNHU Overwatch, particularly last year, you'll see, players like Dargo, players like Prince. They're here on Pearl. They've kind of made a home here, as well as a bunch of new recruits to the team.
Right.
So
yeah.
there's a lot of sort of fresh blood on the team, and definitely should be really exciting to get to see them like actually play for the first time here on stream because they haven't. I mean, they've been playing in the background all season here, but now we finally get the opportunity to actually pull them forward and highlight them, which we've been trying so hard to do. It's just so hard to get scheduling for some stuff, but finally we've got them here. And finally, we're going to be able to actually see how they play. So going into Ilios.
Yeah, so getting right into Ilios here, we are going to send into game. And who are we playing against? We are playing against Marywood University.
That's right. This is, I mean, we haven't seen any matchups for Pro right now, and they are in a different division than Sapphire. Sapphire being in a higher division, Pro a little bit lower here, but going up against Marywood University, is a team that we have not seen yet. But we will get to see a look at some different hero choices than we usually get to see. Seeing that Kiriko actually come out here from Marywood potentially, seeing that is going to be something that's really interesting to see. A character that's been a little bit underutilized here at the collegiate scene, but starting to see a lot of love and higher tiers of competitive play.
Yeah, we're going to see SNHU use that Symmetra for that rollout there. I'm wondering what that's going to be switched to. Maybe a Sojourn from Mary Mellon. It's going to be a Sombra, which I think she's really good on this map too. And in case they want to run a Pharah, Sombra's pretty good at shutting that down. But as they roll out onto the point, SNHU is going to take this right side here while Mary was looking to wrap around. They've kind of traded spots right now. And I like the draft that SNHU has right now, but also I think I like the Winston more, which he is going to just jump straight into the back line there. Raptor Lord getting a little bit caught out, but he's going to pop his Immortality Field, and they're just going all out in this cubby right now.
Marywood going in. Corhex just zapping the backline here. Winston has been a very popular pick into Zarya for that ability to kind of play around the bubble, avoid the beam. Really thinks they can really deal with it to some level of effectiveness here, but SNHU now starting to just try and push forward here, trying to get control of the point once again. Max effort being forced back. Will Wraith back out to get some healing before they go back in. Long Tree Man goes down as well as Sweet lead, but Prince will fall as well as Genji may not be able to find that one, but it looks like SNHU are mostly cleaning up here as they come close to taking the point. Corhex is going to fall, and the rest of Marywood, they're going to try and contest for as long as they can, but SNHU are going to go ahead and start to flip this point over. Marywood only getting 30% of the way to completing out this first round.
Yeah, they got that first cap there going right side, I feel like was a pretty good choice, but now SNHU has the point right now. It's going to be hard for them to actually retake the point, I think. And we also, I like the Reaper into this comp. I feel like Reaper just shreds Winston very fast, especially when he has that bubble on him. See there, he's going to get that pick on Corhex, and now it's just kind of trading back and forth, but Max Effort just dealing a lot of damage right now. Dargo and Raptor Lord are just going to be able to enable him to just rip through the rest of Marywood right now, just going straight through the team. That's a big stagger if they get any more kills here. But Winston seems to be back. He's jumping in here on the backline, making sure that there's no more heals, but he's taking a lot of damage right now. He needs some backup, and Marywood just is looking to regroup right now. Winston has the ultimate, so he has that kind of lifeline here right now. But the ultimate comes out from Dargo, a big pull forcing the beat out from Marywood. It is going to be rough here, but Max Effort finds Maynite, and it is just all out war. The ultimate comes out from Kiriko on Marywood, and the same with the Winston. Longtree Man looking very low, and Dargo just microwaves him down. He has so much charge right now, and Sweet Ali is next.
It's so much ult usage right here. Marymelon going in, hacking. That was enforcing them out, taking down Spoopy Gamer. And that's going to be Marywood forced back once again. SNHU spent 3 ultimates right there. They did get countered out by that beat, but Marywood, look how much they invested, and they are not seeing return on this. SNHU are almost 85% of the way, and Marywood, they've only got 1 push left in them, really, and all they have to work with is this Death Blossom. You see Longstream Man already up here. Will get kind of caught out here by Prince as it's bubbled, trying to stay alive for as long as he can. He does get taken down to half health. The EMP comes out from Marymelon here. Is going to be able to hit Cortex there as he gets nuked down. The Death Blossom coming through, but just gets silenced, and Max Effort's going to take them out. 2 kills from Max Effort there. Prince goes down, Max Effort goes down. Cortex finding a nice double kill there. SNHU at 99%. They're in overtime. They just need to try and force Marywood back off the point. This Kiriko's getting melted. Dario's going to take one out with him before he ends up falling. It looks like Marywood will finally be able to flip this point. Only had 1 ultimate to invest, but still worked out pretty well for them in the end as SNHU get forced back.
Yeah, Long Tree Man is going to switch off of that Reaper for the Echo. But I kind of really like the state that Reaper's in right now with like that 250 health and the self-healing. He is just so self-sufficient in the meta right now. Zarya or Winston, I feel like he's really good. And Dargo's just going to find Cortex there. He falls, and now is just free reign on the backline.
Oh!
And the ultimate is a 4-man ultimate there right on the side of the point there. It is so huge.
And Sweetly is just getting forced back by Prince, finding so much space. SNHU are going to be able to flip that point over and secure round 1 in their favor. Ilios, first round going to SNHU. But Marywood, that was definitely a close game there, even though they got held at that first point for a little bit, but they were actually able, in these team fights, to kind of hold their ground a decent amount, especially once they got the first foot forward and actually were able to take the point and play that defense. They did a really good job in that instance there, as SNHU. I think better usage of ult economy overall.
Yeah, for sure. I think SNHU really, you're right. I think they really knew exactly how much they needed to commit to each fight. And they did not ever really overcommit there in that fight. They had, I feel like they also got like the maximum usage out of each ult. Like Dargo hit at least 4 people with his Graviton Surge there each time.
I like the Sojourn picks coming out on this map. Something interesting is that Marywood are actually switching their Sojourn player. It was Maynut in the last round, but now he is going to be Long Tree Man as they swap roles for a little bit. Cortex just trying to buy some space here with that shield. Will go ahead and jump in, start to zap the backline, but gets forced right back out on the brink of death. Will get saved by that Suzu, but now Maynut is the one getting it nuked down to the SNHU. Slowly but steadily losing health. The Immortality Field does come out. Prince gets sent off the edge by Sweet Lee, though, and Marymelon's going to be able to find 2 kills of his own. Find a third one as well. Sweet Lee falls just Long Tree Man and Spoopy Gamer trying to stay alive here on the point, but it looks like they're going to be able to go ahead and cap. SNHU are going to be able to pick up the first few points of this round.
Yeah, Marymelon really just shredding through the rest of their team there, doing a lot of damage. And I definitely think that you really have to play this map in a certain way. I feel like the first touch of this map is very important because now SNHU just gets to play so up, but maybe a little bit too up. Long Tree Man is going to find Max Effort there. A big pick. Prince is going to have to struggle to get out of here, and he does not. That's 2 picks here from Marywood, and now the rest of SNHU just has to kind of retreat, or else they're going to be caught out.
Cortex is so low. Could be a potential pick for SNHU, but Raptor Lord goes down. One of the supports on the front line here. Prince has to try and get back in time to support the rest of his team. We're just trying to stay alive out here. Max Effort barely not going to be able to escape from that, but Marymelon overclocking to be able to find a pick there onto Marywood's Lucio. Dario goes down, Marymelon goes down, and SNHU looks like they are going to get forced back once again as Prince just gets zapped back down. SNHU, they made it halfway through this round, but now it's Marywood's time in the spotlight here as they're going to get control of the hill.
Yeah, Marywood now has control of the hill, and they can play as up as they want. They're going to take this high ground here, and it's going to be very hard for SNHU to actually contest again. You can have people run in through the back and kind of like sneak a little bit of percentage on that point, but it is just all-out war here as SNHU just forces them off of this high ground here. Max Effort looking very low. The Immortality Lamp comes out, and he has ultimate. Will he use it? But Maynut finds it first and gets 2 picks with that Death Blossom. Dargo has to fall here, and so does the rest of SNHU. Maynut, what an incredible ult there on that high ground, just contesting it.
Really great awareness there of knowing that you're able to play around that, but that could have very easily gone the other way there, as Max Effort was so close to getting that Death Blossom as well. But for Marywood, fortunately for them, it did end up in their favor. That lamp going out a little bit early as well did force out a lot of utility, and they knew they were pretty safe in terms of using that here. SNHU are still holding on to a few ultimates, but Marywood, big thing here is that overclock. You really got to watch out for that. You actually find a lot of value here as Mena TP's in, going to go ahead and drop down on the team. We'll take out Max Effort immediately, and Corhex now in Primal Rage finds a kill onto Mary Mellon here, just swatting SNHU against the back wall here, and the window opens up, but not close enough. Marywood are going to be able to just run right through it, and Long Tree Man finds a double. Corhex cleaning up as they now approach 75% on the point. SNHU do not have a lot of time left, and we're going to see some interesting picks come out here.
Yeah, we see the Junkrat switch coming out. I'm wondering what the game plan is with that. But you can definitely make it work on this map. I feel like with all the kind of tight corridors there, especially on defense, if you want to hold that point, it's pretty much impossible to push onto. But Dargo has the D.Va out now, and they are on point, but Corhex is going to fall immediately to Dargo there. It is going to be a rough fight for Marywood right now. Dargo just ripping into the rest of the team right now. Mary Mellon finding that kill on Long Tree Man is going to be a big find, and they just have to force the rest of them off, but Maynard comes out with the ultimate. Is going to find Raptor Lord and sprints.
That defense matrix is not coming in time for SNHU. Dargo unable to save his team. Will get demeched, but they're holding on to the point anyway. Now getting control of it there at 65%, but now with Corhex arriving back on the scene, they got to take him down quick. Dargo goes down before he can remake. Now Max Effort is on the brink of death, trying to stay alive in here, but will get taken down by Maynard there. And Marywood might be able to flip again. Prince going to try as hard as he can, as well as Raptor Lord, just trying to stall this out, but it's looking inevitable at this point as Marywood get control of the point. That overtime starts ticking down, and they're going to go ahead and be able to secure round 2 as we go to the final round here on Ilios.
Yeah, what an incredible one-to-one there. I feel like these teams are pretty evenly matched here. Going into this third round, I'm kind of wondering how they really want to play it, because you can really, when you're like this flexible and kind of evenly matched, you can really work around interesting picks like we saw last time the switches coming out and kind of adapting the strategy. I'm wondering if they're going to kind of stick to that or you know, flip around, because I know, for example, right, we got Dargo, and he is a seasoned D.Va player, right? So
yes,
you can make that work as well as the Zarya or the Winston. So I'm wondering really how each of these teams adapt to each other going into this third point.
We saw a little bit of SNHU relying on comfort picks in that last round, and comfort picks are very valuable in terms of what they can do, but maybe just a little bit too little too late. We'll see them go back to the basics here, get back to that composition that has been working out for them so far with the swap off of Zarya over towards D.Va, so should be interesting. Corhex, they're almost getting sent right down in the pit, but going to go ahead and jump right back out. Marywood is trying to contest on this front line. Dargo gets demech though, and that is really early. That's going to be potentially very bad for SNHU. Perl as Raptor Lord doesn't have anyone to try and peel for him right now, has to just wait for that self-healing to come back, and Prince is going to get taken out by that shotgun. Mena on the brink of death stays alive as they start to capture the point, just running forward at Raptor Lord. Now will get mech'd on. That's a double kill for Dargo. Squishing 2, finds a third, and now just cleaning up the rest of the team. SNHU are going to be able to flip the point here.
What an insane find there from Dargo. That I guess that is the power of that comfort pick there, able to squish 2. And I feel like that's also kind of the hidden power of the new D.Va here. When you're demeched like that, I mean, you're not very useful, but also you're kind of scary when you have that squish.
When you see Pilot D.Va just running at you, it is terrifying.
Yeah.
You have to kill her before she kills you. It is a fight or flight situation here. But Marywood now flying in onto the point. Corhex so low, as well as Long Tree Man. Marywood taking a lot of damage up front here. Prince very close to dying once again in the thick of it. Is going to be able to actually get right back out. Corhex gets hacked and just gets melted by Raptor Lord, as well as the rest of SNHU. Max Effort also finding a kill means that's 2 down for Marywood here. So Mary Mellon's just frontlining at the moment. Will dive back to his health kit. Get some health back. Spoopy Gamer goes down. That's the support down for Marywood, and they're forced back into their spawn at the moment.
Yeah, they're all kind of clumped up here. I feel like a well-placed ultimate or 2 could definitely take him out here and stagger him for a very long time, but Corhex also is going to run straight into the back line. He is hacked and cannot get out of there. Very low. Now it is just all out cleanup here for SNHU. They have to take out the rest of these players here. They already have 65%. Another pick would
Bomb's
just
going
build
in.
so much. The bomb goes in, not going to find anything, but it is going to force them off this point a little bit longer.
It's a little bit unfortunate they're trying to use it like that. It means he won't essentially have a second life when he does find himself going low. The Kitsune Rush goes out, and now they're diving in on SNHU's backline here as Corhex and Mayna just fly in. See the Death Blossom come out, though, and we'll be able to find a kill onto Marywood's Sojourn there, but that beat comes out from Sweet Lee to keep the rest of the team alive, and now the counter Death Blossom comes through. Dargo DMing it, going to be able to fully absorb all of those shots with Spooky Gamer and Corhex, and we'll find kills of their own. Max Effort trying to fight back a little bit. Dargo getting demeched. That's going to finish off that kill, and now Max Effort's looking a little bit stranded here, and Mary Mellon's just running back for the rest of his team. SNHU will get it to 99% on their first hold of this point. Marywood will finally be able to flip it and get some time in the sun.
Yeah, Max Effort bought just enough time there to get that 99%. They just need one more flip here to be able to take this first map. So just regroup, and if they build enough ult, because they have a lot of time here, they are able to just, you know, clean it up with one quick push here. Then they take this map here.
They're so clumped up at the moment. No big ultimates from either side, though. They will catch that Reaper. Maybe a little bit out of position. That Wraithform will get them back out to safety. Max Effort now taking that high ground here. Just a complete stalemate at the moment, but Prince trying to spearhead the assault here. Will end up going down to that Primal Rage. Corhex is going to pop that to stay alive, and now it looks like SNHU are getting shoved back as Raptor Lord just gets run down by this rampaging Gorilla. Dargo Demect as well is going to fall as well as Max Effort here. SNHU pushed back once again. Marywood halfway to closing out this map. SNHU, they just need to win one team fight, though.
Yeah, all they need is one team fight, and they have been holding on to ults here. They are close to 4 ultimates built up. So I feel like if they place them correctly and play them right, this could be a devastating push here. But also they have almost 4 ultimates for counter push. And there goes the bomb. It might not find anything, but there is the ultimate from Mayna. It is going to find 2. And the window is also down. Big damage right now. The hack comes out from Mary Mellon, finds Corhex, and also Sweet Lee. Prince is going to find Long Tree Man, and the numbers for Marywood are kind of dwindling right now.
Yeah, it's just this one-on-one on the point. Dargo is going to show right back up to reclaim this point, but actually Marywood following up as well. We're going to see the beat come out there. Not too much to actually threaten that beat, though. Just trying to keep Mayna alive as Prince gets in there. Now has to worry about getting zapped down, but Dargo getting close to getting DMEC here, and he doesn't have that bomb to stay alive. Once again, potentially a big boop right there, but we'll see if anything actually comes out. It doesn't look like it will. Prince just trying to stay alive right now in the middle of everything. Dargo surprisingly still alive. We see the Death Blossom come out, is able to find a kill on the Long Tree Man with that ultimate, but Mayna just running down Raptor Lord at the moment is going to be able to take him down. The Kitsune Rush from Spooky Gamer is going to give Marywood a very, very strong offensive line right here, but just Max Effort left in the middle of it, and they cannot get back out before they go down. Mary Mellon forced to fall back. It's going to be Marywood who claim map 1. A very hard-fought battle there, but SNHU still have a full set ahead of them. Yeah,
very close fight there, and it was just neck to neck there, 99% at the end there. Very well played. Play of the game is going to go to Dargo here.
The double squish. The double squish, yeah. It was a very flashy play.
Yeah.
It definitely turned the early game for them. That's really what won them that initial push there, and what gave them the 99% on that first hold. It's just specifically that moment really turned the team fight around for them. So it was really, really nice play from SNHU on Ilios there. Just unfortunately not going to be able to eke out Marywood there, who overall really consistent play. Really consistent play. They lost a few key team fights, which made things look a lot worse than they actually were. Marywood overall were going pretty even in terms of these actual skirmishes.
Yeah, and I really like Marywood's draft during most of that 3 maps or 3 rounds there. I really liked how they kind of I feel like they're taking a little. I see this composition a lot in Owl, right?
Yeah.
I see the I don't really know what to call it. Maybe like the banana split or something, because it's all around Winston right now. But
that's true.
It's Winston, Sojourn, Reaper, Kiriko, Lucio, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like they played that for most of the maps there, and it is just so good of a composition right now.
Well, you look at what was popular like a week ago, right? Which was the Zarya Reaper composition there. You would really Zarya would pocket that Reaper, keep him alive while he starts to go in, and people kind of started to realize like, hey, Zarya, she is about to get nerfed. Yeah. Right, so maybe we should think about changing our focus a little bit, but also Kiriko can give Reaper that same invulnerability.
Yeah.
The same thing as the bubble. And for that reason, that's been a pretty good combo there, because the moment that Reaper goes in, he starts to actually get low. The Suzu comes out, he's still alive for a little bit longer, the life still goes through again, and then he goes in Wraith form, he actually gets out. It's very functionally similar to the old team composition, just kind of adapted a little bit for the upcoming balance patch, which I think is really interesting to see, although this one team composition here with Winston has definitely been really, really prevailing, especially like you said, in Owl. But that patch is not out yet, so we still have some variety to work with here. We saw the Zarya and Reaper doing a lot of work on Elios there, but unfortunately just not able to win out on that game.
Yeah, and I kind of like the flexibility of the D.Va pick too, because the D.Va pick can also essentially do the same thing that Zarya or Kirikyo does to the Reaper. When he's in that ultimate, he can D.Va can DM the ultimate, or for an enemy Reaper, DM the entire ultimate and absorb all the bullets as well. So I really think the D.Va pick has potential, but I just don't really know how well she does in the sense of mobility and damage.
Something that you also have to kind of worry about in this team composition, which is why you see them run Reaper and Sojourn usually, is because Sojourn's really good at killing Reaper.
Yeah.
Right? Reaper's like, oh, I'll stay in until I get low, and then I'll Wraith out, and then I'll get Suzu'd, and then I'll stay alive. Sojourn can just dead.
Yeah.
Like, kill you instantly. And that, for that reason, we saw on Elios there as well, especially from Marywood, that Sojourn was really, really doing it got some key picks there on our Reaper, and that was what really opened the gates for them kind of on a lot of his team fights, because Reaper is very much that character that's kind of, like a wall in a team fight. You have to push through him. He's like he's a bruiser, right? He's kind of like a tank. He's tanky and he hurts.
Yeah, right.
He's kind of got the best of both worlds in that element there. So you can't really ignore him like you would with someone like Winston. You have to actually kind of focus him down, and he wants that. He wants you to focus him so he can back off, he can stay alive, he can lifesteal, things like that. And Sojourn is really good at dealing with that.
Yeah.
But you do have to get through all the defenses, get through the monkey bubble, all that. So that's definitely something to worry about here. But let's go ahead and take a look at our next upcoming map, which will be Midtown. It's one we've seen on stream once before. Hybrid map coming up. This is an interesting map. I feel like a lot of the new Overwatch 2 maps are very, very different in terms of design philosophy than the Overwatch 1 maps, because they kind of have to bounce around the 5v5. Midtown is one that is, I think, very, very different.
Right, yeah, I think Midtown definitely offers a little bit more variety too. I'm kind of excited to see what these two teams will play, if they're going to play like kind of the same thing. But we are going to get right into game here. We are ready to send straight into game, and they are going to be kind of running the same thing from Marywood. But on SNHU Pearl, we got some interesting picks. We got the Junkrat, but also falling back to that Zarya, like you said, has not been nerfed yet. It's still pretty good, and we don't have that Reaper that kind of works with it, but Zarya as a whole in general kind of keeps your team very stable.
I think Junkrat's decent here. I think this is not a terrible point to play Junkrat. I think Junkrat has a lot of spots where he can struggle a little bit here, but this is a decent spot to spam. There's a lot of choke points here that he can really try and work around. If they start to go through an alleyway, he can really just rain it down through there. He's going to start spamming at spawn right away. We'll see Marywood taking that back alleyway, which is probably what that Junkrat is looking for. That's going to be a very tightly congested point. They could definitely get a lot of splash damage out onto, but at the moment, SNHU, they're just holding up by the train. We're going to see Mary Mellon call in, or actually Max Effort on the Sombra, call in that info there. They see the kill immediately on a Spooky Gamer, as well as Maynut. Mary Mellon just putting out so much damage on. It's going to be able to burst that bubble extremely fast as well. Now Corhex goes down. Raptorlord finishing off that kill. Now has to try and take out this Lucio. Will get sent away. Raptorlord able to finish that one up, and it's just Long Tree Man left on the point. Will get finished up there. SNHU, very quick, very clean, good hold.
Yeah, I really did. that was kind of interesting how that Junkrat pick worked out. And I feel like you're right. In this like kind of early push here, if they don't get straight onto the point, you're kind of a sitting duck for Junkrat, basically.
And now we'll see the switch come over onto that Echo Mercy combo. Which is interesting here. Midtown does have a lot of kind of aerial space to work with, and that Junkrat is going to struggle to actually hit them down a bit, but still got to be scared of getting hacked. That's definitely something you have to worry about, as well as that Zarya, when she actually hits that high charge, going to be able to just beam you down no matter what this is. Mary Mellon staying alive with that immortality field, but will get taken down as soon as that pops. The bombs from Long Tree Man, just finishing him off there. Mayna just going to shred it down. Will Wraith out. Suzu Now on cooldown here, but Dargo just trying to stay alive as a whole team right in front of his face. Prince goes down. He is the last man standing for SNHU, and he will end up falling here. Max Effort still on the point. She could potentially try and do something here. We'll see if she actually wants to try and contest this. Mary Mellon coming around the corner there. We'll take a little bit of damage, just poking away, though. Mostly the contest does come out from Max Effort there, but very quickly just bursted down. Mary Mellon's going to be able to finally break through that bubble, but Prince and Max Effort, like I said, going down there. SNHU is forced to fall back and try and hold this second point.
Yeah, they have to. I like the position that Dargo
It's interesting,
is
right?
Yeah.
Dargo now going in up onto this high ground, up onto the scaffolding here, just trying to contest their push forward here. Trying to go up in the air and deal with these more aerial players that they have to work around. Mayna just gets shredded, though, after getting hacked, and 3 players quickly collapsing onto that. Sweetly now the one about to fall down as Prince finds that kill. The Riptire going to take down Spoopy Gamer. That's both supports down for Marywood, and Corey just getting shredded down. Longtree Man stuck up here on the wall. Dargo is going to be able to finish off that kill. And Marywood, once again, SNHU, once they're able to really sink their teeth in and find an opening pick in these team fights, they will very quickly clean it up. Marywood, if they don't give them the opportunity to get that opening pick, though, they seem really strong.
Yeah, I feel like they play together kind of as like a front to back, very strong, at least Marywood does. But SNHU is really good at trying to find those picks. I like the positioning that they got, kind of holding up and trying to jump down on someone. But they're going to have to give up that high ground there. Maynut's going to force him off. But there goes the bomb. It's potentially a pretty big bomb. It goes a little bit low, but Mary Mellon is going to find Echo. Sweet Lee is going to get that revive, and she is getting out of there.
Right in Raptorlord's face, the Immortality Field is forced out. The Primal Rage is going to tear right through that. Dargo isn't on the back line, but the Death Blossom comes out, and he's not there to DM it. Prince is going to get taken out by that now. He's going on the back line. Mary Mellon forced to fall back so low on health. It's just Dargo and Max Effort there on the front line. Dargo will get taken out, and he does not have that Diva Bomb to send them out with. Marywood are going to be able to find another win there on that team fight. They get to actually push under the underpass here. Interesting, you normally see teams hold up here. You normally see defensive teams hold on top of the overpass. Not something that Pearl was trying to do. They were trying to hold over by construction, and that is very, very different. Raptors are able to find a nice pick there onto Longtree Man. Slow down Marywood's push a little bit here. Potentially give them an upper hand in this upcoming team fight, which they look to be trying to force here as Corhex goes in.
Yeah, Corhex got trapped there, I think, and is looking very low. The
EMP
hack comes out from Max Effort. It is so big. And then Mary Mellon's going to find Sweet Lee and Spoopy Gamer.
And now it's just Maynut back here. Gets hacked. Can't even teleport away. So unfortunate for that. But SNHU able to clean up that fight really nice and easy. They do have a few ultimates left to work with here. Sorry, they've got an ultimate to work with. They got beat. They're about to have Riptire as well, but they did invest Window as well as EMP on that fight. We'll see if that impacts anything going on here. Let's see if they're able to find too much with their current ultimates, because Marywood, at the moment, they have Rush, and that's pretty important, especially with Mayna on the Reaper. That Rush is going to hurt a lot.
Yeah, there comes the Riptire. Is going to find Spoopy Gamer very early into this fight, and Corhex is going to fall. Also, the Mary Mellon. Those are two essential picks for SNHU right there.
Now Mayna's just running at Mary Mellon right now. We'll be able to finish off that kill, but now he's got Prince running up on him, trying to finish this off. He will be able to take out there. Dargo also staying down long at Tree Man. Marywood once again getting pushed back. They were able to get the cart pretty far under this underpass, actually able to clear the tunnel for the most part here. But SNHU still in a situation here where they don't have a lot of stopping power to work with in their ult economy. Marywood have that rush, and if they find a good position to actually use that, then that could be really scary. Maynut teleports in, immediately dies. That rush is going to be much less powerful now as Mary Mellon continue to just put in the damage on Corhex, who is such a big target, so easy to hit. Dargo has that Diva Bomb ready if need be, if he needs a free remech. Mary Mellon's just trying to stay alive under this Immortality Field. Dargo right in the middle of the whole team will pop the Diva Bomb there, right in the middle of everyone. Wraithform comes out though, will avoid that, and then not going to be able to actually squish anyone with it either, as Marywood starts to push over towards the cart, trying to force this one out. Longtree Man will end up falling to Prince and the rest of the team. Dargo goes in, trying to interrupt this revive. Won't be able to. Long Tree Man's able to get back up. Almost has duplication ready, which could be a huge thing to swing this fight if he doesn't die right away, which he will at 99% ult charge. He is not going to be able to stay alive to actually use that ultimate here. SNHU slowly getting pushed back, though, with Dargo dead. Got to be very careful about how they play this. 10 seconds left on the clock. Getting close to overtime here as Marywood are about to get a time extension. If SNHU can't contest this, Riptire going out. Not going to be able to find again. Death Blossom finds a double kill, takes down the Riptire as well, and Marywood are going to be able to cap the point, finding that 1 minute extension.
But they are going to be able to get these picks off of Marywood, and now their push is looking a little bit less threatening. They got that time extension, but also they're going to be able to burn a lot of time. If Dargo stays alive any longer and gets any picks, but he's looking very low, he's going to get demech there. And now it is kind of looking grim, but they still got only 1 minute in 7 seconds. It is not a lot of time, but there goes the duplication, immediately shifted out of it there.
That's unfortunate. Immediately, he's going to get shunted out. Not going to be able to hold on to that Riptire or even try to use it. We're going to see the switch over to the Junker Queen here from Dargo. This is a big comfort pick for him here. Maybe just hoping to try and find some control over the Winston there, and it looks like they were able to kind of put a damper on his run so far, but Marywood now being forced to fall back. Interesting to see how the Junker Queen comes out. I believe this is the first time we've seen this character played on stream. Not a super popular character in the current state of the game, but Dargo has been very, very committed to trying to make it work.
Yeah, I kind of like the Junker Queen pick, not only because it's a comfort pick. Well, actually, I don't know. That's why I like it, actually. But he just absolutely shredded Winston there that last fight. I kind of like the damage. It wasn't a lot, but if you're actually able to hit all your stuff, then it kind of adds up.
It adds up. Yeah, you get that bleed, and that bleed is really just going to let you just ignore a lot of Winston's damage. SNHU winning a big team fight there against Marywood are going to be able to close out this defensive half for them. Marywood not able to get too far into the third point here, but they did make it a pretty decent amount of the way. SNHU are going to have to try and push as far or further if they want to be able to win out in this game. We'll see how SNHU do on the offensive side here on Midtown. They had some interesting strategies that we hadn't seen too much on defense, so I'm interested to see exactly how their offense ticks and how their team composition might be different.
Yeah, and they're going to have to push almost to 3 points here to be able to take this map. So it is kind of still a far ways to go. It was a pretty successful push from Marywood. But if they're able to kind of play the way that they did on defense there and get that one pick and just kind of collapse on the rest of the team, this could be a very quick set or very quick map here.
Yeah, and this is only our second map right now. Marywood did take the first one here, so even if SNHU do find a successful map here, there is still a long road ahead of them. We'll see them grouping up around this back exit here in this spawn. I swear, this exit is so good. Going through that back alley is so good, but every time I play solo queue, no one on my team knows it exists. It's so hidden, it's so out of the way. If you're watching this and you don't know about that exit, try it. Try it in your next game. It's really, really good positioning.
It is, and you kind of end up in this, like, I think they know, like, this is the kind of stance you go poison if they're going to take that back alley exit, because you let them push on to point here, and you kind of just have to play reverse position at that point.
And that's exactly what SNHU did last time as well. We saw Marywood find a lot of kills from that perch on there as they just ran under the high ground, which is very much the name of the game here. We'll see Dargo stay on that Junker Queen, and that is potentially really big here on the offense. Maybe just feeling like he liked how it felt, but we'll immediately go under the high ground, over towards the inside, trying to take control of the firehouse here. Pretty much built a huge sight line against Marywood here, and they actually already hacked the health kit up here. That's really, really big for SNHU. They're going to get some free healing off of that, but immediately Marywood are going to collapse, and Mary Mellon gets just shredded down as Dargo tries to play it around the front line here, getting that healing from the bleed. The axe going to go wide, not going to find too much there, but Raptor Lord is good on his shots. Long Tree Man in the back line, a little bit low to the ground, but Dargo now trying to run up on Korhek, trying to finish off this kill, but he's getting so much healing. Maynut close to dead is hacked. Just trying to finish this off, but Max Effort is not going to be able to stay alive as Raptor Lord now in a tough situation as Long Tree Man almost single-handedly turns around this fight.
Yeah, that was such a close fight there. Long Tree Man finding those 2 picks is just vital for their push here. Prince is going to be able to get a little bit of capture time onto that point there, but it's not going to stick if they don't capture again. And they still have control of this little house here, but I feel like it's going to be hard to contest, but Longshima just goes in and sends it. He's going to find Mary Mellon, and Prince is looking very low, but he's not going to be able to find her.
That is such a huge stagger. SNHU, they're already in position. They're ready for this next push. And we see them trying to take high ground here. Interesting high ground to actually take. I almost never see anyone play up here, but we'll see them kind of hold things down up here while they wait for Mary Mellon to actually get back. But it will be a little bit separated from the rest of the team as Long Tree Man peeks up, goes through that window. But Mary Mellon just running into the back line of their entire team right now from that subway. Not going to be able to actually regroup with the rest of the team in Firehouse, but immediately they start to push on over. Dargo trying to run up, is able to land that knife there onto that Lucio, but not going to be able to finish off that kill. Trying to stay alive. Mary Mellon not taking some damage, but so is Prince in this back room. Will pop beat, but not going to be able to get it out before he dies, and that is such a huge loss of momentum from SNHU not being able to get that beat out that window, being committed down as well. Marywood will commit 3 ultimates of their own as well, but they're still holding on to 2 extremely impactful ones.
I really like the way that they dealt with that that window there. We saw them playing from that one side of the window from their comfortable spot inside that building, and then Winston just hopped to the other side and said, "You're gonna have to go on the other side, or I'm just gonna, you know, electrocute you to death." So that was very well positioning good positioning from Corhex there. But they are just pushing straight onto the point here. They left him. Mary Mellon finding 3 with the Riptire.
Taking down that duplication as well as finishing off Long Tree Man here. We'll see Maynut just barely staying alive. Dargo going to get a kill with that throwing knife. Maynut now stranded away from the rest of the team. Potentially an opportunity for a big stagger here. Will finish off that kill. And Marywood are not going to be able to contest this capture. They're going to be forced to try and play for this overpass here. SNHU with 3.5 minutes left is more than enough time to work with.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot of leeway now that they've captured that point and gotten that time extension. But it seems kind of like Mary Mellon's having a very difficult time dealing with Long Tree Man here, being in the sky there. And it seems like Long Tree Man is only going after Mary Mellon.
I mean, that's a lot of damage there. Mary Mellon's really able to just melt down Corhex here. We'll see Dargo in position potentially for a Rampage soon, but now with Mayna overclocking into the backline, we'll be able to find 2. Mary Mellon taken, his head taken off at the moment as SNHU are forced back. Now, Dargo getting caught a little bit there, but Mayna actually getting hacked might end up paying a little bit of a price here, but actually max effort is going to get taken out as Long Tree Man covers the rest of his team. We'll see a swap here from SNHU over to the Ash.
Yeah, the Ash is going to, I feel like, be a little bit better for the team. You got the fire and the bleed damage, but Corhex is going to get hacked and just fall to max effort.
Trying to deal with this Echo. Scary situation. Beam, and the res goes through. No one tries to stop it there. Sweetly will end up going down, but Corhex is back alive and back on the front line here as Dargo falls to Long Tree Man. We'll see the rest of SNHU just start to back off and wait for the tank to return. Something you will notice on this point is maybe one of the big weaknesses of Junker Queen there, of not really being able to challenge that high ground in a super efficient way. That's something that Corhex is really able to do, is get over this high ground, push into the back line. At the moment, SNHU is getting pushed back once again, having a tough time getting out their front door.
Yeah, but we're going to see that switch come out from Dargo. Dargo is now playing that Diva, also a comfort pick, and I feel like a little bit more suited to deal with this team, actually. And Diva also has that mobility that Junker Queen does not.
To switch over from the Ash to the Sojourn, it's going to be very similar in terms of what they're trying to do here, but have to hope he's able to hit that one railgun shot there on Long Tree Man in the air. Going to be a little bit more difficult to actually find that kill with the Sojourn as opposed to the Ash. Now Corhex actually is getting melted. Will pop the Primal Rage here as well as the Valkyrie and the Beat coming out. That's a ton of ults as well as the duplication, actually duplicating that Diva, sending the bomb out. The hack comes through from the EMP, but SNHU, it is a bloodbath. They are all just getting sent right back to spawn.
Yeah, Prince has that beat there, but he's going to save it for the next push there. Dargo is going to get DMAC. That is a huge stagger on Dargo, and they only have 43 seconds left on this push here. It's not going to be a lot of time they're working with, and I feel like they kind of just held out that stagger as long as possible. Dargo only just now fell, and he's going to respawn, and they're going to have a little bit of time to push, but I feel like they're going to be working on overtime here to actually get the point all the way to the second. second point there.
They're going to have to rely on Marymelon trying to get this overclock up soon. If Dargo gets taken out before he can build up that self-destruct, he'll immediately fall. The overclock coming through. Maynut finds a double kill, finds a triple kill, looking for a fourth, trying to find Marymelon, will be able to. Maynut absolutely tearing apart, disassembling Pearl at the moment with 5 seconds left on the clock. It's looking unlikely they'll be able to get this contest. Actually, they will, as Max Effort hops onto the cart. Will not be able to stay alive for too long here, but the rest of the team has come in. The cavalry has arrived. The beat comes through. Prince keeping his team alive. Dargo has the bomb ready. This time we'll see he finds too much value off of it, as Poopy Gamer is just running up the wall. It is almost unkillable at the moment as Prince and Raptor both go down. The bomb gets taken out by that shield. And now Marymelon is trying to find a kill with this. Railgun will be able to find the kill onto Sweet Lee, but getting taken out by Long Stream Man. Just trying to contest for as long as possible for SNHU. This is looking more and more grim by the second. Marywood are going to close out game 2, taking Midtown. SNHU not able to secure that second point in time. Really, really clean game from Marywood.
Yeah, Marywood definitely cleaned up there, and no surprise, Maynut is going to get that play of the game. I think it's like the quadra. Triple headshot there is going to just clean up most of SNHU there with the overclock. Look at the damage. It's just incredible damage there. But, yeah, I feel like one of the problems that SNHU had there was actually committing to like a full kind of send push there.
I think something you'll look at a lot in that last game in particular, I think might be a little bit of a sore spot, is there was a lot of hero switching.
Yeah.
A lot of like, oh, we'll try this push, and if it doesn't work, then we'll switch heroes. And I like the idea and concept. It's nice to be adaptable. It's nice to be able to actually change up your approach on the fly, but you gotta commit at some point. You gotta have like your playbook ready. You gotta say like, okay, here's the comp we're playing on this point against this team composition. If they're playing Winston, this is the comp we play here. And I would have liked to see a little bit, maybe something a little bit more concrete there. Hopefully we'll get to see that as we go into map number 3, which will be Watch Point Gibraltar. Classic map, of course, and definitely one that's got some extreme high ground to work with. So I'm interested to see if SNHU are going to continue to play that kind of Zarya, Junker Queen tank lineup there, because that is one that's not going to be able to challenge the high ground.
I think they're going to need to pull out the Winston on this map for sure.
I think so too.
Because the Winston is just so good on this map. And Zarya isn't nerfed yet. Yeah, she's good. But I just think Winston is so much better on this map. So I kind of want to see that kind of, as we call it, the banana split composition.
Yeah.
We want to see a little bit of that going on. But also, we're going to have to see a little bit more mobility in general from the cast of the heroes SNHU plays.
I think particularly on Watchpoint Gibraltar, what I really want to see is effective usage of snipers. That's something we haven't really seen yet. We've seen, the Junkrat come out. We've seen the Sojourner and Ash come out a little bit. They haven't been too terribly effective, and that's mostly because Marywood have just been so good at shutting down SNHU's backline. At just hopping in and getting, finding 2 or 3 kills, get out completely unpunished. I want to see effective usage of snipers here. I want to see them actually try and find, like a Widowmaker or a Hanzo pick, something like that. Gibraltar's got huge sight lines, got great high ground. They can really try and play around that in a way that I think is going to be really effective. We'll see, likely from the defending side, probably going to play Winston, right? Could maybe play Zarya, because then they can, actually force fights down around the cart. Attacking side, I'm going to say, is probably going to play Winston or D.Va. And we've seen a lot of D.Va lately, but you can kind of tell D.Va's in a little bit of a weak spot right now, it seems like.
Yeah, I don't know if D.Va... I don't really know what's the problem, really. Like, I know Winston is a little bit better than D.Va right now, but I just can't really pinpoint the reason why.
So
it's kind of awkward place to be.
Look at Defense Matrix, right? Shuts down hit scan. Who are the 2 other great tanks in the meta right now? Zarya and Winston. Just go right through it.
Yeah.
D.Va against Zarya has such a hard time actually establishing presence, and versus Winston, it's really hard for D.Va to actually shut down Winston when he's diving the back line. I think that's one of the big things here. D.Va's in a weird spot where she's kind of getting pushed out of the like she on her own in isolation. Good character, especially right before launch or right at launch as well. People are like, "Oh, D.Va's going to be great." Right, and then people discover like, oh, Zarya's good, and that's kind of pushed her out of the meta a little bit, and that's why you see mostly those 2 characters really starting to come out. Which is really what I want to see on Gibraltar. I want to see a little bit more tank variety. See kind of the Winston played from Dargo. I know it's not something that he's historically played, but having that kind of that very adaptable, very versatile tank player is a huge, huge part of Overwatch 2. So let's go ahead and hop into Watch Point Gibraltar game number 3. This is set point for Marywood University. Pearl are going to have to hit back hard and recover if they want to be able to keep their head in the game.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested. It's kind of like the moment of truth right now if they're going to play that Winston or not. I mean, they are on defense this time, I think. Yeah, they're on blue side, so they're on defense. And we're going to see Max Effort pull out that Widowmaker. Very impressive. Like we were talking about the effective usage of snipers there. But also we're going to see some hovers, interesting hovers. We see Long Tree Man hovering that Bastion, and we see Mainnet also on the Widowmaker.
The Bastion pick is interesting because Bastion is also not going to be able to contest that high ground too much, really. I don't think he's able to sticky jump up to the high ground too much. And we'll see. Marywood, you know, they're probably going to switch things up a little bit here, but I'm really happy to see the Widowmaker coming out from potentially both sides. You'll see if Maynut stays on it for anything more than an opening pick. But that's going to be a really, really big part of this map, is effectively utilizing those huge sight lines there. That's why we also see the Ana coming out for Raptor Lord there. He has a ton of room to actually work and play around with. Dargo's still on the Diva, though, and we'll see how that competes against the Winston at the moment, who's really able to get in there. And Max Effort's looking really low at the moment. That's a scary position to be in, and we'll see him get taken out there by the sticky grenade from Long Tree Man.
Long Tree Man actually finding the effective use for a sticky bomb there. And Porkchop is just going to hop right up on that high ground there, but gets bursted down by Dargo. Just spent too much time in their left click there. But Sweet Lee is going to be able to maybe res. And now Long Tree Man has that actual tank mode and is just going to shred Dargo. Hops out of it, but Prince is still in a bad position there and falls to Long Tree Man. And they got the point pretty far here now. It is so close to being capped on the first point. But they still have some players from SNHU being able to kind of resist. But it is not going to be enough. Mary Mellon and Max Effort falling there, and they capture that first point.
For SNHU, I'm seeing a little bit of kind of they're getting staggered hard by Marywood here. It seems like they kind of need to form a little bit more of a united front here. The moment they actually came through and Marywood were able to kind of spearhead through, they found some great picks and they were able to push the cart. And they knew that SNHU weren't going to be able to force a fight for it. It seems like SNHU kind of had a tough time in terms of getting sighted here. Now Prince, you're in a weird position right now. Dargo's eating a ton of chip damage from that long distance poke. He's going to have to get healed up soon. And Marywood are just continuing to push the cart. They have not been contested in a minute. SNHU just kind of, even though they did find that kill onto Porkchop earlier, were not able to actually stop them from pushing the cart. That's why they found that first point so fast. The Long Tree Man on the brink of death will go down. Dargo finishing off that kill, but Mary Mellon will end up falling in turn. And Prince is barely alive in that corner, trying to stay up, but will get zapped down as Porkchop and Maynut start to find kills. Long Tree Man gonna get res. Dargo barely staying alive here as Maynut gonna be able to D-mech him here. The Diva Bomb does go out. Dargo staying alive on the point. Will not die, will not find anyone with the squish though, and will be forced to fall back to the rest of his team. Maynut gets hacked here, Mary Mellon right in the thick of it. Maynut starting to go in with the Dragon Blade as well, goes right back through after he gets booped out. Raptor Lord goes down, gonna find another kill. Mary Mellon goes through, and Prince is gonna be able to finally finish off that kill, but that is two big players down for SNHU. Dargo falls as well. It's just Prince on the cart with Max Effort, has beat, but not gonna be worth popping in this instance. Marywood have blitzed through to the second point.
Yeah, they got that second point so quickly there. They have 5 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock right now. And Porkchop is just able to be up so far here. And Long Tree Man buying a lot of space also with that tank form. I feel like the tank form is pretty good into the Diva. Because the defense matrix lasts a pretty long time through that tank form, but I don't think it's enough, especially with Diva's head critical hit spot being so big. But Mary Mellon is just going to be able to find Long Tree Man during that ultimate is just so immobile. Easy 2 headshots there. And Mary Mellon actually dishing out so much damage, finding that pick on Sweet Lee, and they are just trapped in this corridor here and are going to be able to be just picked off one by one.
A great EMP there. Really, really won that team fight for SNHU, as well as Marywood just being caught in that tiny space. Didn't have a lot of room to really work with there. And with the hack coming through, no bubble to work with, nothing like that. Really nice cleanup there from SNHU, but they need to start winning these fights a little bit more decisively at the moment, because Marywood, they've got 4.5 minutes left. They're halfway to third. Dargo is getting chipped down, getting run at by the rest of the team. He is so low at the moment, gets healed up with the rest of them. He is nano boosted right now, but he's right in the middle. The whole team has to focus on trying to stay alive as opposed to doing damage, and doesn't find anything too much off it. The bomb goes through, but the entire team goes indoors, and the bomb goes wide. They stay up. They come back out, start to flood back into this fight. We're seeing a lot of damage go there onto Spooky Gamer, but will get taken out there. Actually staying alive, does get hacked, but trying to stay in. Dargo now getting DMEC, does not have that Diva Bomb to work with, not going to get that free second life. And now SNHU are getting pushed back once again. A big nano grenade from SNHU will hit Meta and Porkchop, but it does not matter at this point. They're just getting pushed back by Marywood. They already found the important picks they need, and SNHU are going to have to find a big, big hold here if they want to force Marywood off.
Right there, all kind of clumped up in the spawn here. They cannot get out. Mena is just forcing them in there. And the tank mode comes out for Long Tree Man, just shredding down Dargo. And we see them just being held in their spawn right now as the point just creeps up. And there goes the ultimate in the spawn. It's going to be so hard to contest the point now.
He's able to find a kill with it. Prince goes down. Long Tree Man's going to find, I mean, they're just cleaning up house at the moment, and Marywood are going to deliver the payload to its intended destination. They take it all the way, and SNHU, they've got a tough round ahead of them here. Once again, this is set point. So Marywood, incredibly clean push, incredibly fast push. They still have 3 minutes left on the clock, and they took it all the way. That is a ton of time to work with. For SNHU, they really have to try and just full hold here. They cannot give up any ground.
Yeah, they have to play this pretty perfectly in order to get that 3 minutes on the clock. I feel like the payload was always moving at each point in the game there for Marywood's push there. So they kind of have to have a pretty flawless push in order to contest Marywood. But we are going to see a kind of similar picks from Marywood, and now Porkchop is going to be running the Diva here. I'm wondering if what they're really thinking with the Diva push there, or Diva defense on Diva.
We see the double snipers come out here, and I think this is interesting. We'll see Prince on the Kiriko as well, see how much that is really able to pull out here. We normally see the Kiriko really come out with Reaper a lot of the time, see that a lot of utility there. I'm interested to see exactly how they want to play this, because Mary Mellon and Max Everett are really going to have to pull a ton of weight to find these big picks here. As double snipers, they have to find effectiveness at actually hitting these headshots, its accuracy, hitting these flank angles. And for Marywood here, got to be really scared, or for Marywood, SNHU have to be scared of that Diva. And just collapsing in on those snipers, that's something to definitely be scared about here. Dargo starts to go in here, trying to take the fight to Long Tree Man, but forced to fall back as he shifts into assault mode. Maryman will be able to find an opening pick there onto Maynut. That's DPS down for Marywood, and Porkchop is also just getting nuked back. Max Effort will fall as Long Tree Man holds his ground. Porkchop gonna get D-mech'd there, fall back into pilot form as Dargo is able to finish up that mech. Long Tree Man now just trying to get healed right back up, still in assault form at the moment, but see how those micro missiles do. Dargo in a rough spot at the moment, but the rest of the team is immediately popping on up to help him, and Long Tree Man is getting destroyed by that Storm Arrow, and the revive is not going to go through. The remech does for Dargo. He's still in the fight, but once again, just getting bursted down. Prince will fall as well. Just trying to stay alive with this pistol, trying to get as much damage out as he can, trying to keep Mary Millen alive here for Raptor as they fall back. Dargo is still alive in the middle of the team, but cannot stay alive long enough to get his mech back. And now SNHU, they have to fall back a little bit here. They don't have that tank. They cannot try and push the cart. They still have got a decent amount of ground to go.
I like the range that SNHU has right now, because I feel like in the past, like Midtown, they've been really good at finding one pick and then kind of collapsing on that. So these double snipers, I think in the end, are going to work out pretty well for them. If they're able to actually find those headshots. And the bomb goes out to contest that high ground there, and they're going to be just forced into this kind of corridor. The squish is not going to be able to connect there. But Porkchop is anti there, and the ultimate is just going through that corridor, going to try to cut him off there. The beat comes out from Spoopy Gamer, is going to be able to just keep most of Marywood alive. Maynut does fall, but also Mary Mellon is I feel like most of the team is kind of disconnected right now. Porkchop's going to be able to force back max effort there, and it's going to be difficult for SNHU to actually kind of regroup here. Dargo is on the point being able to push it, and max effort gets that headshot on Spoopy Gamer. Long Tree Man is going to be able to find Raptor Lord, who also switched over to Hanzo.
Dargo's trying to stay alive at the moment, so close to getting demech'd. Max effort coming on up to regroup with the team. Dargo will end up demeching Porkchop in turn, staying alive, staying at the controls here. Porkchop now in a spot where he's threatening a little bit of this upper ground here, but they have to be, I mean, look to take him out there, and Marywood's going to be able to find that lucky arrow to take him down. Porkchop now going back to spawn, that's the tank down. Long Tree Man goes down as well as Dargo continues to push this fight. Forces Marywood back pretty far here, but they still have a decent amount of ground to go through with this cart. The revive coming through. Long Tree Man is back up in the fight. Dargo not able to lock him down quite fast enough, and Porkchop coming in with the Diva Bomb as well. Dargo forced to fall back to the team. No kills from that. The remech comes through, and Porkchop is back in the fight. Dargo so close to getting demech. Will get hit with that heal boost, but not going to be quite enough. Marymelon now nano boosted, trying to stay alive here, but the Storm Arrow just getting fully eaten by that defense matrix. The Dragons come through. They go wide, but they have split the team completely at the moment, and Raptor Lord is completely isolated here in the server room. SNHU is getting picked off one by one. Forced to fall back. A minute left on the clock. They're so close to capturing this first point, getting a time extension, but they got to do it soon.
Yeah, they really have to kind of clinch out this last point here. They only have 45 seconds on the clock to do it, and they are just holding so far up right now. It's going to be hard to contest. Dargo gets demech'd here, and the DM comes out, just stopping all kind of damage they have there. Dargo has to reset to kind of get his mech back there.
Seeing SNHU, they don't have a lot of influential ultimates at the moment. We see only having that Diva Bomb, and Dargo is very much someone who likes to use that Diva Bomb offensively. We see that a lot with Pearl, trying to find these opening picks with that Diva Bomb as opposed to using it for a second life. That you know, very risky, very aggressive playstyle. If it works out for them, it can really win a fight, but they have to be careful about how they utilize that. We'll see the bomb go out as it begins to fly into the backline. We'll be able to find a kill on this Spoopy Gamer there. Sweetly also getting nuked down to half health, so close to dead. Will go down, that's both supports down for Marywood as the overclock comes out as well. Marymelon going in on that Hanzo for Marywood. Long Tree Man trying to stay alive here. The hack comes through onto Porkchop, not going to let him escape. As he falls out of his mech, will just get cleaned up there. And SNHU going to be able to capture this first point, get that time extension. 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Once again, a lot of ground to work with, or a lot of ground to go, and that's going to be the name of the game for SNHU here. They have to make up a ton of ground with not enough time as they'd like.
Right, they might be running a little bit low on time if they are able to capture 3 points here. But I really like the way they approached the last fight there with max effort capturing the point, so they have to kind of be forced to give up that very forced position that they were holding. And they kind of just collapsed from there. So I feel like they've kind of got that through their headspace now, and maybe they have a little bit more momentum here. Marymelon does have the blade available, and he is in the position to do it. May not gonna slide out of there before anything bad happens, and just almost gonna find Sweetly, just barely does. And now Porkchop's looking very low. He has to retreat to his team, but there isn't very much left of them. And there goes Long Tree Man. The beat comes out, but how much longer will they be able to last here? The hack goes out on Porkchop. He gets demech'd, and now it's just the Lucio. They have to clean up the Baby Diva and Lucio to get off this point and get the payload moving. But it's proving to be very difficult. The revive almost going to be able to revive Porkchop there.
Raptor Lord is cleaning up though, but Maynet's going to fire right back. Dargo was able to get a squish kill in the middle of that team fight if you weren't able to catch that. So that I think that's his third one in this set so far. See, SNHU start to build up a lot of ultimates that are pretty big here. The Diva Bomb coming through, landing right on top of the cart. We'll see. No one goes down to it. Dargo will be able to find a kill there on the Long Tree Man as Prince keeps the rest of his team alive at the moment. Marymelon right in the middle of it. Doesn't have a lot of health order if the EMP comes through from max effort. Gonna hit a few targets there, be able to take down Spoopy Gamer and Maynut. Porkchop just minute down. Sweetly falls. Now this tank just getting demech Diva out of the robot. Will immediately get taken out and cleaned up there. 2 meters left to capture this, and it looks like Marywood are not going to contest. SNHU with 2 minutes left are pushing the final point.
Yeah, they have 2 minutes left. It is enough time to really be able to push this point all the way, but they have to be very decisive in the way they execute it. I feel like they have to actually commit to a kind of full push and cleaning up. Because, I mean, even if you get these staggers out, it's going to be very hard. But there goes the engage and the full commit. They are able to get Porkchop there, and it is looking pretty grim for the rest of it. But the Revive
That
comes
is
out on
so
pork
big.
chop. Hey, and he falls again. There he goes. He's in and out just like that. And the blade comes out from Mary Mellon. Is going to be able to find Long Tree Man. And there is the push from SNHU that they needed.
Yeah, they're really able to break through Marywood there. Maybe a little bit of an overcommit on the
go?
Dragon Blade at the moment. Yeah, he is evasive right now and may not be able to stand up against Mary Mellon here. See, Porkchop does get hacked. He starts to jump in, again, taking a ton of damage off of that. Dragon's coming through, but Prince is going to be able to finish off that kill onto Porkchop. SNHU can push back a little bit here as Prince is nano boosted right now. Not going to be able to find too much off of that, though. A little bit of a missed target there from Raptor Lord in his dying moments, but SNHU getting pushed back. Well, it looks like they're going to have to regroup for another push here as Marywood successfully hold here. 45 seconds left on SNHU's clock. Not as much time as you'd like, as I said, is kind of the name of the game this round, but still enough to try and push to the final point. Dargo forced to reset. Going to be a definite bummer to their time.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty big stagger, and the payload is moving back here. It's going to be pretty difficult for SNHU to actually get it capped on the third point here. And they have 3 ultimates built up on Marywood. The economy for Marywood is looking a lot better than SNHU's right now.
I'm scared of this Dragon Blade for Marywood.
Yeah.
I'm really, really scared of this. I think if he gets in on that backline, may not. He's been proven to be able to do it. It's going to be really, really scary for SNHU. That EMP could potentially be big, though, if they find a good opportunity to use it. We'll go out there. We'll find Long Tree Man and Smoothie Game. We're going to see the beat come out as soon as they recover from the Silence Mana going in with the Blade, but that is just a quick clean up there for Marywood as Dario gets sent out of his mech. The bomb goes up high, but he gets finished off before he can remech. And Marywood are going to take Watch Point Gibraltar, close out Game 3, and close up this set 3-0.
Yeah, they did definitely take that set very decisively. I feel like they kind of just, for sure, I think May Knight's Dragon Blades there were very, very good. But also, Mary Mellon here, I feel like this was also a very well executed Dragon Blade. In the right position at the right time, was able to really execute and to the full usage of that Dragon Blade.
I mean, he tore apart the backline right there.
Yeah.
It was definitely, it was a hard-fought game for SNHU, 100%. Marywood just a very scary team, to be frank. They seem like they've got a really decent, or a really good understanding of, kind of the meta of these team compositions of certain heroes. They've got a really good understanding of exactly how the game works, and you can definitely tell there's a lot of mastery in there. Very, very scary to see exactly how they played, and really great games overall from both teams. Thank you to SNHU Pearl for coming out here, putting on a great show. So glad we actually got to see them in person here on stream in the arena for the first time. It was great to have them on here. GG's to Marywood. Thanks for also coming in and putting on an amazing show. Really, really scary play. And also thank you for coming in and supporting, either in the arena or on stream, supporting our players, supporting our students here, showing them some love. They always appreciate it, and it means the world to them. So thank you very much for that as well. But that's all for us tonight. If you want more, you can check out our Twitter, which is /SNHU Esports. Find all sorts of clips, match updates, anything about events going on will be on there, as well as our Discord, which is discord.com/SNHU Esports. Just had a big Discord overhaul, so you can go in there, talk to all the varsity players. We just, should be a lot more active. We'll have everything that you see on our Twitter also in there, as well as some other things, events, community stuff, will all be in there. So definitely check that out. Once again, that's /SNHU Esports for both Twitter and Discord. Before we go, I want to plug one last thing. Granite State Grind. It's on November 12th.
Yeah.
Is next weekend, so keep your eyes open for that. The last one was awesome. I'm hoping the next one is just as awesome. Hoping if you enjoyed the last one, you show up. If you didn't get to go to the last one, come down and play. It's a ton of fun. It'll be in the top floor of the dining hall in the banquet hall, so a big open space for a lot of people to come in and play. It's a ton of fun. Once again, November 12th, check that out on our Twitter. Signups are open right now. So definitely check that out. But once again, that's all for us tonight. We'll be back tomorrow with more Overwatch. We'll have some more games coming up instead of Rocket League. So I think there's some rescheduling a little bit, but always happy to have a little bit more Overwatch on the stream. Thank you so much for coming out and watching tonight. We will see you tomorrow.
I feel like Reaper just shreds Winston very fast, especially when he has that bubble on him. See there, he's going to...
Taking down to half health. The EMP comes out from Mary Mellon here. Is going to be able to hit Cortex there as he gets nuked down. The Death Blossom coming through, but just gets silent.
Now it's just free reign on the backline.
Oh!
And the ultimate is a 4-man ultimate there right on the... Use it, but May Knight finds it first and gets 2 picks with that Death Blossom. Dargo has to fall here. and
immediately in Corhex now, and Primal Rage finds a kill onto Mary Mellon. You're just swatting SNHU against the back wall here, and the window opens up, but not close.
Man, it is going to be a big find, and they just have to force the rest of them off, but Maynard comes out.
Forward at Raptor. Now will get mech'd on. That's a double kill for Dargo. Squishing two, finds a third, and going down to the Primal Rage. Corhex is going to pop that to stay alive, and now it looks like SNHU are getting shoved back as Raptor Lord just gets run down by the
Maynard. It is going to find two, and the window is also down. Big damage right now. The hack comes out from Mary Mellon. Fine.
You'll see Mary Mellon call in, or actually max effort on the Sombra. Call in that info there. They see the kill immediately on a Spooky Gamer, as well as Made. Sweetly now the one about to fall down as Prince finds that kill. The Riptire going to take down Spooky Gamer. That's both sports down for Marywood, and Corey just getting shredded down
there, I think, and is looking very low. The hack comes out for max effort. It is so big, and then Mary Mellon's going to find Sweet Lee. And
Marywood are about to get a time extension. SNHU can't contest this. Riptire going out. Not going to be able to find again. Death Blossom finds a double kill, takes fire as well, and Marywood are going to be able to cap the point, finding that 1 minute extension.
But they are going to
go over to the Junker Queen here from Dargo. This is a big comfort pick for him here. Maybe just hoping to try and find some control over the wins. Queen comes out. I believe this is the first time we've seen this character played on stream. Not a super popular character in the current state of the game, but Dargo is
actually able to hit all your stuff. Then it kind of adds up.
It adds up. Yeah, you get that bleed, and that bleed is really just going to let you just
positioning for, or good positioning from Corhex there. But they're just pushing straight onto the point here. They only let them
taken out before he can build up that self-destruct. He'll immediately fall. The overclock coming through. Maynard finds a double kill, finds a triple kill, looking for a fourth, trying to find Mary Mellon. Will give it. Maynard starting to go in with the Dragon Blade as well. Goes right back through after he gets booped out. Raptor Lord goes down. Gonna find another kill. Mary Mellon goes through, and Prince.
And Mary Mellon actually dishing out so much damage, finding that pick on Sweet Lee, and they are just trapped in this corridor.
In a rough spot at the moment, the rest of his team is immediately popping on up to help him, and Long Tree Man's getting destroyed by that Storm Arrow, and the Revive is not
have the blade available, and he is in the position to do it. Maynard gonna slide out of there before anything bad happens, and just, oh no. Porkchop's looking very low. He has to retreat to his team, but there isn't very much left of them. And there,
down Sweetly falls. Now this tank just getting D-Mac Diva out of the robot will immediately get taken out. And
he goes, he's in and out just like that, and the blade comes out from Mary Mellon. Is going to be able to find Long Tree Man. I feel like Reaper just shreds Winston very fast, especially when he has that bubble on him. See there, he's going to
taking out a half health EMP.